So welcome to the second part of our looking at picking the right areas for you to live in when you're moving to Spain. Now in the last episode, 124, last week we looked at the full-time versus holiday home, by the sea or by the pool, access to medical facilities, available public transport, things like that. So let's not waste any time, let's crack on with the final four things that you need to consider when choosing the right area to live when moving to Spain. Welcome to this week's episode 125 of 2 Minute Tuesday with Hondón Valley Homes. Okay, point number one, we're going to look at access to airports. Now, personally, I think this option is maybe less important than many may think. The reason I say this is that many clients ask me, how far are you from the airport? And I usually answer them by asking, how many times do you think you're going to be going to the airport? Unless you're going to the airport very, very frequently, it shouldn't really be a huge problem. The roads here in Spain are generally free of traffic. I mean, for me to get from the airport, it takes 30 to 35 minutes from the Hondón Valley to Alicante, and that's regardless of the time of the day. We even have a video on our website and on our YouTube channel giving clients directions to the meeting point where we meet them at the Bodega Cerda in Hondón de las Nieves, and you should take a look at that. I'll put a link for it in the description. But basically, whether you're going to the airport, the roads here are fantastic, and I don't think it makes any difference whether you're living in the countryside or whether you're on the coast as to which is the better for you. Okay, so now we're going to look at future resales. Now this is obviously very important, but perhaps when you're thinking of buying a property, it's not at the forefront of your mind. So what you should really do is check that the area that you're purchasing has a very active property market. Now at some point you're going to want to sell your dream villa, and if you've purchased it in a little hidden valley away without electricity and it's running on solar and it hasn't got running water, that may suit you down to the ground, but is it going to be as appealing to somebody in the future? So, taking the Hondón Valley and the surrounding areas as an example, look at how many active agents there are. 16 years ago when I started, there was me and my good friend Francisco, and today there are considerably more. Let's leave it at that. It's strange to think of selling when you're only considering purchasing. However, at some point it will become very important to you, so it's worth considering today. If you were buying a country home, you're buying a home in your own country, then you would do a huge amount of homework about the area and possible resale value and things like that. Do it here as well. So check out the area, check out the agents, and make sure that the area that you're in has got an active market. So in the months before you buy, be on the internet, look at all the new properties that are coming online, see what they're selling for, see how quickly they sell, and basically you're then doing your due diligence to make sure that you don't make a mistake by buying in the wrong area. So next up, we've got making friends. Now, obviously, this is very important to many people as it's all part of sort of integrating into the local scene. Now, at first, you may speak very little or no Spanish at all, and this can make it very difficult to make friends if you're in an area where there are no expats. So if you're in an area where there are some expats or a small expat community, even if it's small, it's going to help you in the early days. Now, I'm not talking Benidorm levels of expats, but enough to make a small circle of friends for help and advice and to ease you into the sort of the Spanish way of life. Now, there are plenty of sort of social get-togethers, ladies' circles, golf societies, dog walking groups, art classes. There's plenty of opportunities that you have to make friends with an international cosmopolitan bunch of people. So it might not be that all of your friends, if you're from the UK, will be English. You're going to make some friends that are going to be Dutch, Belgium, Scandinavian, and then as your Spanish improves, you'll then find it easier to integrate into other areas. Okay, so next up we have internet and the TV. Now the internet is almost always available, no matter where you choose to live. In fact, on each of our property listings on our website, we highlight whether internet is already connected or not. And if it isn't, it can be connected within a couple of days. However, I think nowadays internet is more important than the TV, and even in the Hondón Valley we've got speeds of 1,000 megabits per second, and minimum speeds tend to be about 50 megabits per second. As with all these products and services, check with your agent before you buy. we get about 700 megabits per second where I am. We pay about €30 a month. Even the 4G where we are is 150 megabits per second. Regarding TV, most people tend to get their TV now through the internet. However, you can choose to have a big, like if you're from the UK, you need a 1.9 meter dish, and you can then connect that to either a Skybox if you want to pay for Sky, or you can connect it to a Humax a free sat box and get all the free-to-air channels. But TV and internet are available almost everywhere, so not really a consideration. So this basically concludes my sort of list of 8 items. It's not an exhaustive list by any stretch of the imagination, and I could easily list maybe another 8. However, it's intended just to get your grey matter working a little bit harder and ask you some of the questions, or ask some questions of yourself that you may not have considered when you're looking for your dream home. Now, I hope you've enjoyed these last 2 episodes. It's a bit of a change from the normal taxes and changes in the law and what have you. Remember, you can watch the episodes on our YouTube page where you can subscribe. It's also on our Facebook and, of course, on our Hondón Valley Homes website, where we've got lots of downloadable ebooks. And, of course, we have the 2 Minute Tuesday videos that give you all the advice whether you're looking at buying or selling. We're going to be back with episode 126 in a couple of weeks. So until then, thank you for watching. My details are on the screen at the moment if you have any questions and you want to ask me anything. But until then, we look forward to seeing you for the next episode. And hopefully you've got as beautiful weather as we have here in the Hondón Valley. But until then, adios.